Hi.
Christina, I
So
totally forgot what I said I'll talk to you about.
that's okay. I'm going to ask questions, and we
Great.
are live right now.
Oh,
So,
we are.
everyone who's tuning in, I want to welcome my amazing friend, Meenal Patel. And she is
Hello.
one of the owners of Healing Your Way, and there's her amazing son. This whole family is just amazing. So that's the only word I have. You guys are all amazing. Your son, your
Thank you
husband, your
so much. Thank you.
So yeah, we're just gonna. Meenal's from Healing Your Way, which is out of Newtown, and we're gonna have her talk a little bit about what they offer there, first of all, and a little bit about your background, Meenal, for those who don't know you or have
Sure.
never heard of you or Healing Your Way. Yeah,
Okay.
just tell us a little bit about that.
hmm Sure. Thank you for having me on today, by the way. I
Of course,
appreciate it.
of
And
course.
yeah, I mean, the connection we've had is really good. I really appreciate our relationship, and you've helped me a lot. I'm going to say this first. Even
Aww.
getting the new space that we're hopefully about to open soon. That was all Christina and Marco. So I
Aww.
appreciate that a lot. And okay, so about me, I'm a scientist. Well, was a scientist, I should say. Did drug discovery for 16 plus years. I have a master's in microbiology from Jefferson, a virologist actually, with my experience. And while I was doing my work, I met this guy, Danny Coyne, at work. And since then, we were always working together. And of course, he's my husband now. And it's our journey started. And I'm going to talk about our journey because we are together healing your way. So our journey started there when we met. And he went into acupuncture and oriental medicine, and we went to Texas for where he got his first degree in acupuncture there, his master's, and that was in 2022, I believe. I mean 2002, not 2022. So sorry. It was a long time ago now, and
Time
more than
flies.
22. What's that?
Time flies, don't it?
It sure does. It's 22 years ago, I think, right? 22, 23 years ago now.
Wow.
And yeah, and then we came back here because we're from Pennsylvania, both of us. Our families are here. So we came back here and we both continued to do research. And the laws in Pennsylvania were not great for hypnosis. Sorry, excuse me, for acupuncture. So he was working on it slowly. He had to work back then under a doctor and in the office where there was a doctor present. And all those rules thankfully changed in Pennsylvania over time. And because, of course, the medical board is in Pennsylvania, and the medical board was blocking a lot for their own purposes. And then we started healing. I had my three kids. I started to not feel well as I was doing research. I ended up with dysautonomia, where it was really hard for me to function, doing research. Because when you do that kind of work, you have to be 100% focused on everything you're doing, how you're handling your samples. And I would just crash. It was postpartum, you know? And it was after my third child was born. It was just like all the energy was sucked out of me. And so I ended up not being able to do work anymore at home and sitting there and not being the kind of person like you, Christina, work, 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 not being able to sit still and produce, right? And it was interesting because I would always at work talk to everybody about spirituality and don't you want a better quality of life? We're just given quantity as being scientists,
Yes.
drugs increase lifespan of people, but they don't always increase the quality of life. And I
No.
used to tell them like, why would you want to live a longer miserable life? Because when you're on drugs, it's because you're sick and you're miserable in some way or another, right? And I said, I wouldn't want that. I'd rather have a shorter life full of more quality. I want to live a happier life
Yeah.
and want it to count. And it was interesting is that's where my mind had always been. And being born Indian in a family of various religious belief systems in the Eastern traditions, Hinduism, Jainism, and then Danny brings Buddhism, and I've always liked Buddhism. And, it was in my blood since I was little. It was always a driving force for me to better myself, to help others if they choose to, because there's free will.
Yeah.
And on that whole process developed much more after I had my kids. And that's when, after my daughter was born, Karina, and you were on her podcast last week.
Yes. It was
It,
amazing. Had a good
yeah,
time.
good, thank you. And after it was each kid that was born was transformative for me. It's just like they open doors, you know, and for me, it's opening doors to my own awakening, on my own journey of who I am, where I need to go. They made me stronger, and I ended up learning hypnosis, and I've been doing it now since 2012. I do hypnosis. I learned from Hypnosis Motivation Institute, is a prominent school for hypnosis in California, actually.
Mm.
And I think it's now it's been accredited, but now it's even got more accreditations and degree programs there. I also learned emotional freedom technique there, which I find to be a very powerful technique for many people, and I use it on myself. And then I learned quantum healing hypnosis technique, and that is a technique from Dolores Cannon. If you've never heard about her, please look her up. Say that again. Have you heard about her?
Yes.
Yes,
Listen to her. I was listening to her quite often, not so much recently. I've been doing some other things, but yeah, she's amazing.
yeah, and that it's interesting because everything I did with my clients with hypnosis, I would run into some of those things, but I didn't understand them when I did past life regression. And then when I read her books, it was like, oh my God. Okay. So now I understood what actually happened in the session. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The walk ins, the future lives, all these things. And it was an amazing experience. And so in that process, Danny was busy doing research. And I said, no, 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 it's time for us to do hypnosis, acupuncture, and open up a center. And of course, he was hesitant because everything. But you know what? I started and he came, and we now have Healing Your Way. We've been through our ups and downs in many ways.
Which
Some people,
I want
go
to
ahead.
interrupt 1 second
Sure,
because
sure.
I wanted to say something to my clients, and this is why I have Meenal on here today, because she is a very important person in my life. She's been a very important person in my healing process. Again, this is why I started this podcast, because I know there's a lot of women out there like me who've been through things, and we need help. We need to find healing mentally, physically, and spiritually. But I spoke about this on Karina's podcast. I had a wedding to do. It was a big wedding at the Eagles field.
Yes.
And, I was a hairstylist. And at that point in my life, I was very broken. I was a mess. I was still really struggling from my past, all the bad things that have happened to me. And I was having panic attacks daily. I couldn't talk about my past without breaking down crying. I was a complete mess inside. And someone told me I had to be somewhere, which was the day of that wedding, that I had to do hair. It was
Yes.
very important. And I went to go do taxes. And the gentleman there said I wasn't there for taxes. I was there for a bigger purpose. And he invited me to his house. He was having a little event. I did not know him at all, but he just felt like he needed to tell me that, and I needed to be at his house. And
Mhm.
when he said that, I felt like I had to be there, and I was not supposed to do this wedding. I was supposed to be at this event. At this event, I met Meenal and her husband, Danny. And again, every time I talked to them, I just broke down crying. I was very broken and stressed out and going through so many things. And they absolutely changed my life. I can talk without crying. I'm so much stronger because I started getting treatment at Healing Your Way by Meenal, her husband. They've welcomed me into their home and did just different treatments at the house for me because we became such good friends. And I felt like I had to share her Healing Your Way, her husband, her family, with everyone else out there listening who may be where I was and need some healing. And
Yeah.
today I wanted to bring you on to, try to help women out there who are listening and tell them about Healing Your Way, your services, what you offer. And, women are carrying an invisible load that so many do not see. We are balancing work. It's not like the past when the men went out and worked.
Yes.
We stayed home. We're working, we're cooking, we're cleaning, we have kids, jobs, everything to balance, mental
Mm,
stress. So, Meenal, what can Healing Your Way offer these women out here who are listening and in need of your help and healing?
well, it's a good question, because there's so many things. The way, like Danny is a doctor of acupuncture and Oriental medicine, and you've already spoken on him as to how you feel about him and his services and treatments, at
Go
least on our
into a
planet.
little bit about acupuncture because just like it's brand
Uh,
spanking new to people who have no idea what it does, what is the
okay,
process? Let them know
sure.
a little bit about that.
Okay, so the things that we do at Healing Your Way affect many different aspects of yourself. And acupuncture is actually a very old and very traditional technique. It originated in India actually, and Danny will tell you that too because they're taught that, and it is. And but it was in East Asia or China and those countries where it actually developed, and they use therapy. And
Mhm.
it's thousands of years old, where the people back then in India, it was the monks who studied it. They studied Ayurveda and herbalism and these energy point systems. Now, when you're talking about energy systems in your body, they correlate, they're similar to your energy pathways. Like you would imagine a highway in your, when you're going to work. And what happens is when you have emotional things or things and traumas or whatever happened in your life, thoughts, emotions, or energy, if they don't flow, they get stuck. They get stuck in your body and they manifest as blockages and they become like roadblocks. Or in when like a car accident happens, it's kind of like that. Just imagine similar thing. Other things that can do that is your diet, pre-existing conditions. You can have accidents, injuries, all these things. Now, when those roadblocks get blocked, um, usually what Western medicine, and I'm going to talk about that for a moment, they use medication or they use surgical procedures to address those things. It may or may not clear up, depends on what's going on, and that may be what you need. But what acupuncture does and Oriental medicine does is it eases that. Okay, it's not a quick fix, though some people have shared that they've had that experience. but it is,
let me tell you, because during COVID time, I had
yeah.
COVID and it gave me a heart issue. My heart was beating rapidly. Okay. They said this was a side effect of COVID because I was
Mhm.
working in the salon and it
Mm,
was beating rapidly. I couldn't, as soon as I stood up, I couldn't do anything. It would just,
yeah.
so I went to the cardiologist. He put me on a medicine. And every time I went back, like it wasn't changing. I just kept continuing with this rapid heartbeat and he
Mm.
kept switching medicines. And I was very uncomfortable with that because this is
Yeah.
my heart and you're just putting me on all these different heart medicines and it
Mm.
was not working. And I went to see Dr. Dan, her husband, and he did acupuncture and it went away. Like it literally went away. And I have not had that since. And he's
Wow.
healed many things for me. And you know, the panic
Yes.
attacks are gone. So it
Wow.
really worked
Great. And
amazing.
yeah, you're exactly right. It's, when you heal the body, you also heal the mind. And the
Yes.
healing happens not by the healer, but your body. And
Yes.
what acupuncture does is basically helps those things in your body see where the blockage is and to go there and clear the path. You know,
And
that's what it does.
when I started, I was scared for people listening in again because they think of needles, a ton of needles. When
Hmm.
I had my first treatment, I was like petrified and I was like, oh
Yes.
my God.
You're not
So
alone. You're
Dr.
not alone.
Yeah, he started with just a few because I was so scared. And then everything was fine. I barely felt those little needles. It really wasn't bad. And then the next time he added more and then he added more. And now I'm like, put them all in. Let's go.
Yes.
And
Well,
you
these
feel
neat
amazing. You feel amazing afterwards.
definitely. Those needles are very like small. They're very
Yeah.
thin, kind of
Yeah.
like your hair. And they're
Yes.
flexible. They're not rigid like when you go to a doctor and you get the
Mm-mm.
needles. So
Not at
it's
all.
exactly. It's a totally different experience. I was very stressed and nervous for my first experience too.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and I'll tell you a quick story. It was interesting. We were in Texas and we were trying to understand acupuncture ourselves at first. Did we make the right move? Did we not? Because I had recommended it to him. And he comes from a line of healers in his family. Okay, his mom was a midwife and a massage therapist, not the kind in U.S., but uh, differently. But she would heal things. And his dad was a healer of the few villages. And what happened was we were in Texas. He's going to school. We were working doing research for an RNA company. Okay, and we
Mm.
were both there, and the people would ask, Danny, what are you doing acupuncture? You're a scientist. How do you believe in that woo woo stuff? And and he was like, don't worry about it. I'll do what I want to do. Right.
Yes.
And he goes there, he's learning. And then one day this guy comes in, Indian guy, right? And he comes in and he's wasn't that old. He was young. He was probably in his early 30s. And he's hunched over literally like this, like his whole upper body was down like this because he had messed up his back doing something at a young age when he was a teenager. And he comes in and his hands behind his back and he's walking. He can't stand up straight. And Danny goes over there. Hey, what's going on? He says, oh, my back's like this. I was doing gardening, get stuck like that, and it'll take a while until it gets fixed, It's like Danny says, well, you should try acupuncture. Well, at a point when your back's like that, he's like, sure, I'll try it.
Try
So he
anything.
came and got a treatment. And don't you know, he was walking straight up the next day. It wasn't, he needed more treatments, okay? But he was able to stand up straight. He goes into work and everybody's like, what happened? He was like, Danny. All of a sudden, Christina, everybody was lining up to
He's
see him.
amazing. He
Yeah.
is amazing.
and the company who was a scientific company who non-believers, even the R&D director of R&D was his boss, actually lined up and called him in the office and said, Danny, I need healing. You know.
And he is like Dr. Dan, we call him, is such a kind soul. He's so humble. He does a very thorough consultation. He talks to you about everything, whatever your issues are. And he's just the sweetest person. The whole family is, and he will listen to
Thank
all your
you.
needs and heal you just
Yes.
like
Yes.
your
And
client.
yeah, I have to say, because just for purposes that your body heals itself, we
Yeah.
just facilitate the opening, and then your body kind of takes care of it. But the way acupuncture works and the way hypnosis works is more energetically and mentally, emotionally. Putting the needle in will activate your cells, immune cells, and cells that come to heal. It will bring them to the area,
That's
and
amazing.
that's what starts clearing away things. If you read Dr. Robert O. Becker's book, Body Electric and Cross Currents, he talks about how acupuncture and hypnosis and therapies like this that we do at Healing Your Way literally have an electrical effect in your body.
Wow.
So, and that's why even with hypnosis and acupuncture, you can create like an anesthetic effect.
Wow.
There is hypno anesthesia. There you can do similar things with acupuncture, and it literally affects the electrical system in your body to promote healing and probably activates stem cells and things like that. Which don't take my word for it, but this is where of reading that book, that's what he was doing research on, the low grade currents that happen in your body that regrow bone. But how does it do that? Activating cells to become stem cells, and then create the healing process. And so we have acupuncture and oriental medicine, we have hypnosis and EFT, we have a new center that has we have Reiki practitioner. We're gonna have an organic cook who will also be doing nutrition and teaching classes for meal preps to make life easier for women on the go. He's an amazing cook. He learned from Culinary Institute of America. And he was working in France for a few years. We have meditation. We have nutritionists and personal trainers. We'll have equipment for recovery, red light, sauna, salt room, all that in our new place, hopefully opening in a couple of weeks here, if not sooner.
And
And go ahead.
can you tell everyone the location? And this is for her new Healing Your Way. Right now, they're in Newtown, which is the place,
Mm-hmm.
the location that I have been getting my treatment. And they're
Mm-hmm.
opening a very big, amazing place in Levittown, right?
Yes, correct. 1909 Veterans Highway in Levittown, PA.
Highway. And
Mhm.
they're going to have so many amazing services. And you really need to come check it out. For all those
Mhm.
ladies who, like I said, have been where I was, and maybe you're having anxiety, depression, stress, illnesses, Healing Your Way is really the place to be. And I'm
Thank
not
you.
being paid to say this.
Thank you.
I went on this journey myself. I had my own experience, and they
Mhm.
really did help me in so many ways in my life. And again,
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to share you with all of my audience, and
Mhm.
so they can come see you guys and get some healing.
Thank you. And the question you asked is how we can help women. And
Hmm.
here's a few things I want to say is that number one, you talked about your life journey. I have not had your life journey. I but I had my own experiences. Now,
Yeah,
in saying that, everybody has their own. Nobody's is any worse or better than anybody else's. Everybody has an individual experience. But
absolutely.
Yeah. And, Danny himself has had his own experiences. And that's where we come from. When we come to work with our client, we want to give our 110% right there. You are number one. When you come in as a patient or a client to see us, you're number one. But we understand, we look at where you're at because of where we've been. And we know life's not easy.
No, it's
And right. And being a woman, like you said, if it's all on you and you're still the underdog because you have to carry the weight, and people will never understand that. You carry your husband's energy, you carry your children's energy. In Indian tradition and Eastern tradition, women carry the energy of the house.
mm-hmm.
And you're basically the rock that holds everything together.
Yes.
And these days, we're expected to be that, and we're expected to go out in the world, be go getters, and do everything else. Come home, cook food, take care of the kids, run to activities, and then be okay at the end of the day. you know?
That's why
So,
I'm like, whatever.
yeah,
I gotta do too many
say,
things.
yeah,
What, you know?
overwhelming, right? I
Yeah.
mean, and then we still need to put ourselves out there, like here on this podcast, to let everybody know so we can be successful in doing the work. And like you've been for your business, Marco does his thing, but you do your thing.
Yes.
And Healing Your Way, we have the same thing happening where Danny does the acupuncture, but here I am talking about it, doing my part, which
Yeah.
is the PR and things like that. But honestly, you know what? The
And you're
healing.
doing, and let me just say this, she's an amazing mother, and the children that she has raised, that's what she's doing. She's putting her whole self into her children, and they're amazing, and we have to have them on,
Thank you.
have to bring them on the podcast, and they're just amazing. So she's pouring right now into her children. And what are they doing? Explain Meenal to the
Yeah,
world.
sure.
You're amazing. Your
Thank
boys
you.
are amazing. Your daughter's amazing. So yeah, tell us a little bit about what they're
Yeah.
doing.
So I have two twin boys, Joshan and Sahan, and you'll find them on our Instagram channel and our website. They're going to school at Jefferson. All three of my kids go to Thomas Jefferson University, and my boys are actually in the accelerated Doctor of Physical Therapy program. They will be finishing up their undergrad actually this spring, and they'll be moving into their doctoral program in like end of spring into summer, and that's going to go all year long after that. But they're also Traeger, working on Traeger. It's a Traeger approach is a therapy. It's amazing therapy. If you ever get a chance to come try it
I
out,
had it done, and oh boy,
God,
did it feel amazing. And they
yeah, I even yeah.
treatment.
I mean, even as a mom, I gotta say, I was so impressed and I was surprised at the therapy itself. I mean, as practitioners, they're good, but the therapy itself is amazing on its own, and they're very good at it.
They
And
are.
yeah, thank you. And so they do Trigger Approach their level 2 now. They will be doing their level 3 in February. After that, they'll be, Traeger certified to be able to provide full on therapy as a Traeger approach practitioner. And so that's what they're doing. They're doing that. They're going to follow in their father's footsteps of learning acupuncture down the line as well. So they're got their hands full. My daughter is going to school for mechanical engineering, and she has started a podcast. Actually, let me finish. My boys have a podcast on Mondays on our Healing Your Way channel, and they talk about all kinds of things. They bring it down to the scientific level and tell you the details, but it's simple stuff. Talking about water, talking about light, simple things that we don't pay attention to that are important to know about to heal. Your body can heal itself if you give it the right things. And that's what their podcast is about. Champions of Wellness, it's called. My daughter's podcast on Saturday, and her podcast is called Girls to Women, and she talks about everything women, female related, from every age group. And you were on there, so you were
Yes.
able to share your amazing experience. I mean,
Yeah.
listening to it, both of us walked away empowered, um,
Awesome. It was really,
amazed. Yeah, we all have our journeys, right? And everyone's journey is valuable to listen to.
it really is. What do
Yeah,
you suggest women should be doing daily just to kind of, keep themselves feeling balanced and feeling good
good,
mentally, physically?
good.
What are some
Yeah,
tips that you can give our ladies who are listening in?
sure. I'll tell you, you know what? Go out first thing in the morning. Don't get up late. Get up early enough that you can go outside and see the sun. Before, I would say try to be there between 7 and 8. That's the time frame. But before you get outside, drink a glass of water, a good clean glass of water. Okay. Um, Try not to have it be in a bottle. If it is, Fiji water is great. There's other options. And get a good filtered glass of water, drink it, and then go stand outside in the sun for 10-15 minutes.
I have started doing that.
Did
Okay.
you?
I take
Good.
all the advice Meenal, her children, her husband give me. So every morning, yes, I take my shoes off and I go stand outside. I am on a farm and I go ground
Perfect.
while
Mm-hmm.
I'm staring into the sun. And I try
Mm-hmm.
to do that, at least for 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. And I
Yes.
do like a little meditation and prayer while I'm grounding and staring into the sun.
Yes.
And it's like just a great feeling. It starts your day off the right way. I have my water and
Mm-hmm.
I do like a warm lemon water and I drink
Mm-hmm.
that thing. Then after that,
Good.
I have a green shake. I make the family
Uh-huh.
and I get to the gym and starts from there. But
Perfect.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but okay, the sun and
No, perfect example. Perfect example. A lot of these things. I've been on my own journey since I had my dysautonomia, and I've been, working on me and slowly improving. But this last 6 months has been amazing, and this last 6 months had a lot of grounding and standing outside in the sun with the bare feet while it was. I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's cold here. So now we have to go and put our shoes on. If I'm feeling brave enough, I'll go out there with bare feet and ground myself, but definitely go out and sun gaze. After
sit in
that,
your car. You can even sit in your car if it's
yes, you
freezing and
can.
let the sun, but you
Yeah,
need that sunlight for sure.
100%. Even find a sunny room in your house, and just soak in the sun. Make sure to take your glasses off if they have what is it, the tint on it,
Hmm.
because that will block the good sunlight. And sun is not bad, like everybody tells you. You don't need to have excessive sunblock or sunblock at all. Be out there in the red light, and your body will be conditioned to it. And then you'll be able to go out in all types of sunlight. I myself have been taking walks with my dogs outside in the sun after I do the sun gazing. So I get 10,000 steps in a day. And doing something like that, being outside, even if you're in the cold, put a jacket on. You know what it does is thermogenesis. Put you outside in the cold weather, and it literally will light your burners. You know what I mean? How it works like a hot cold plunge. The cold plunge, you go in there and it like your body begins to warm itself from the inside. And
Now, are
that's
you
what
going to have that
happens.
at Healing Your Way, the
Yes.
new location? You're going to have hot and cold
Yes.
plunge? That's amazing.
Yes.
We
Mm-hmm.
have a question, Meenal, that came
Sure.
in.
Uh-huh.
Says, what advice do you have for a stay-at-home mom of 5 young boys, toddler
Wow.
age, grade school age, who has no babysitter or funds for childcare, because we do know childcare is outrageous, that is trying to build a career at the same time. Finding 5 minutes of alone time is a struggle.
Oh, I know. I get it. I know. I've been there. My kids, I have
We've all
twins.
been there as women, right? Haven't we?
100%. Yes. And that is, what is her oldest, she said?
It just says five young boys,
Hmm.
toddler age, grade
Toddler
school age.
age, grade school age. Yeah. I mean, that is a handful. I'll tell you what. Deepak Chopra has this book. It's called Seven Spiritual Laws for Parenting. And it's a wonderful guide. I had it on my shelf for the longest time, and I read his Seven Spiritual Laws for Success, and I didn't enjoy it. I didn't get much out of it. But one day I just go to my bookshelf, and books will sit there forever. I'll never open them. And that day I said, I know I'm here for some book. So staring, looking, and that's the one I pulled out. I read it, and I made a stepwise guide from that book, writing each law down, and there are three things that you can do for each one. And if you start with that, my kids would sit. I used to have my kids do the waterfall at many different kinds of meditations in the car on the way to school. Okay. Um, and it was quiet, and I had time, and I had space, and I had energy to do something. And that's how I got into hypnosis. If you like something like I do, like hypnosis, you can also do Reiki. Okay. These things do not require degrees. You can be a Reiki master. And you can start working on your kids themselves. You just go and I think it may take weekend for level 1, a weekend for level 2. Get your husband or whoever you can to just watch for a few days and go do this. Trigger approach is also something that can be done, which my kids have learned. And if you want to look into that, look up Michael Lear, Lear, I believe his name is, and Trigger Approach. He has a website, and he is my boy's teacher. Amazing guy, and he goes around the country teaching Trigger. And that alone, yes, you will need time, because after doing level 1, you have to see 30. You have to have 30 hours experience, basically. But that's easy. You have kids at home. If you got many kids at home, you can do trigger on your children. You can do trigger on your husband. You can do trigger on your family members and build your experience, and then go do something. Where when you have that breather in a year, in 6 months to a year, you're a practitioner. You know, so you can do trigger, you can do Reiki, you can do hypnosis. Hypnosis is something you can learn online. I learned hypnosis online in 2 different ways. Dolores Cannon's quantum healing hypnosis and hypnosis from HMI. I was amazed and blown away at how effective it was. I was worried that online I wouldn't be able to be as effective, but you do this thing, it's arm raising, and the person's arm is on the table, and you have to get them hypnotized to the point that their hand is coming slowly up to their face. And I was blown away that I was able to do that. And every time, okay, it works. There are easy things that you can do and learn and become a practitioner. But the most important thing, Christina, as you know, experience is everything. Everything I do is driven by my life experience, just like
Yes.
yours is,
Just like
right?
me.
Yeah. And that's the drive. And that's what makes you hungry to help yourself, to help somebody else. If I can do it, you can do it. And
Absolutely.
yeah. And there's many different therapies like that are doable. You just have to find something that you enjoy doing. Do
Yeah,
you
I
in
did. I found a book, Reiki for Beginners. I do different. I try different things, but you have to try what works for you. What
yeah.
makes you feel better. I
Hmm.
also I love reading The Secret, and
Yes.
that's like my Bible. I read The Secret. I
Yes.
meditate. But you just have to find like what works best for you. And you should check out Healing Your Way. Go visit Meenal sometime and Dr.
Mhm.
Dan, because they,
Mhm.
they have so many different things to offer you, and maybe one of those things will work for whatever is going on. And
Mhm.
even when you have 5 boys, you definitely would benefit from acupuncture. If you can
Oh
just get
yes.
an acupuncture treatment, I'm telling you, I walk out of there, I go in there and I'm so stressed out. And I told you, Samantha, because I'm answering your question, I had so many responsibilities and kids and overwhelmed and felt stressed out and kind of like you do, even though my kids are older now, but the acupuncture, I went in feeling so overwhelmed. I couldn't even think straight. And then by the time I get out of there,
Mhm.
oh my God,
Yeah.
and the more treatments you get, you just feel so much calmer and you're able to deal so much better
Yes.
with your kids, with your husband, with
Mhm.
all those overwhelming responsibilities that we have as women.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely. And you know what? In the new place, we'll have the red light room. And in the red light room, okay, what happens is you go in there and it resets. And that's why sun gazing in the morning, right? But the red light is what you are looking for from the sun gazing. And we will have a room where you can just do that for,
Wow. Can
5,
I
10,
move in?
15. Come on. It's funny
Can I
because
just
I was
move
just
in?
there. Yeah. You know what? I
You
was
all.
just
I need you
Christina,
all.
you will love it when you come because they were just putting the tiles down in the hot and cold plunge room with the shower. And I just said to
I'm
my
excited.
contractor,
I'm
I said,
excited.
nobody's going to want to shower in my house anymore.
I'm excited. I can't wait till it opens up, and
Yes.
we're gonna start letting all the ladies know to go see you guys. So
Yeah.
we can start 2026, bring it in feeling good, strong, amazing. And,
Yes.
when our mind is right and we're feeling good, we can accomplish so much
Man.
more,
Oh
right,
my
Mino?
God, for sure. And you know what? Honestly, that's exactly what it is. And what your goal is empowering women, and ours is talking to people about health and bringing them back to the basics. But
Mhm.
both of our goals are to help others to put them on their path. Whatever your path is, it's okay. It's perfect. We can help you find it. I mean, yours is amazing where you started out just even doing hair and you still love it, right?
Still
And
love
you're
doing hair. For those who don't know, I
yeah,
know me as real estate. Some people know I've done hair 26 years. I salon owner, all of that. Now I'm in real estate.
yeah,
Um, I need Meenal and her husband and Healing Way to keep this body going, to keep my sanity, to feel good inside of myself. I struggle every day, and I have to take baby steps and work at this every day. We're like a plant, and we got to keep feeding it and watering
yes,
ourselves to grow, and
100%,
you know but yeah,
exactly,
me and Mino can go on and on because
forever.
we just love helping people, and we like sharing with others and hoping to help.
Sorry for that. Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
definitely. I mean, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, anything else you want to share with the audience?
Yeah, well, I do because this is a women's group, and Danny was on today. Well, he was not on. One of his patients, who was a Unite for Her patient. I will tag you in the Instagram or the post that was made by Unite for Her. Unite for Her is a group that helps women and women cancers. And I'm
Wow.
saying that because that's who Danny is a provider for. Okay? So this woman, somehow they asked her to do a testimonial about Unite for Her. And she happens to be Danny's patient. And he's the one who sent her to Unite for Her because she didn't know they existed. Okay, but he was a provider. So when she called in, and you can just listen to the story, So, even when it comes to things like that, we're here to support. So there, she did a full interview on how she was not able to walk from all the treatments that she got for her cancer therapy. And she walked off. She said, you know what? 8 months later, I was so much different and better than when I started. She couldn't walk before. And she walks and she works and she's on her feet.
Nice.
Yeah. And so for women, there is also Unite for Her, and Healing Your Way is a provider for Unite for Her. So
Wow.
if anybody is dealing with any of that, let us know. Give us a call. Call Unite for Her. We're a provider for them.
Can you let everyone know what your address is in Newtown?
Sure. Our address in Newtown is 258 South State Street, Newtown, PA. We're in the same building as Healing Hands, and we're there. We're also in Doylestown at BCIM, Bucks County Integrative Medicine. We're affiliated to both of these businesses. BCIM, Bucks County Integrative Medicine, those doctors, they're functional and integrative doctors. They'll be in our new facility as well. So I want to just say that we provide things in all ranges. You want medical help, we have a connection there. You want
Meenal has a
holistic help.
connection to any and every one that you need. She has a connection for you. Believe me, she helps me so much. And I hope you have a big grand opening because I'm excited for this new location of yours. And we
Definitely.
have to have a grand opening so we can come out and support you all.
Yes, I
Um,
would love that.
yeah.
And
So
thank you. I mean, how can I have a place like that and not have you there? The person who helped me get the place. you know?
I appreciate that. I'm happy to help, just like you guys are always helping me.
Yes.
And let me make
Yeah,
sure.
one second. I do want to say, and my boys are learning from Christina here and they're hoping to pass their real estate
Good
test.
exam. So I have her boys
Yes.
in real estate as well.
Yes. Hmm.
And yeah, they're working on passing their test, which I'm excited because they're going to come and join me. And,
Hmm.
that's something they can do on the side because
Correct.
we're going to have so many clients at Healing Your Way that they can help them
Yes.
find homes. A
100%.
healing home, a home that heals, or something along the lines, right?
Yes, exactly. And one last thing, Christina, and I'll let you say, oh, look, if you and I can do this and we can be happy and healthy and calm and peaceful, everybody can do it that's listening.
If I can't, we all can't. Everyone has a story. Everyone
Yeah.
has a past, and we all go through things because it's life. And like Meenal said, not one case is worse, or we're all just trying to live. And
Hmm.
it's hard, especially as women. We just have so much going on. But
Hmm.
if we can do it, we're here to help you in any way we can.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing this podcast to help women in every area of our life. And again, I just want to say each week we're having a different speaker on, and we're going to talk about mindset, health, spirituality, um, wealth building, beauty. We're going to have all different things. So it's going to be helpful each week if you listen in. We're going to have some great guests on, just like Meenal here. And we're just hoping to help women out there and men too, if they want to listen in.
Definitely. Sure.
And we just want to be helpful. And Meenal, how can they contact you if they would like to hear your podcast or get in touch with you?
Uh, you can find us at Healing Your Way on our website, or you can find us on Instagram, Facebook. We're also on Rumble with our podcast. If you have a Rumble account, it's easy and it's free. Just sign on. We're also on YouTube. So all of those places, we are Healing Your Way. That's our handle. And on Instagram, you'll see regular posts like today at 8 o'clock. We have a podcast with our acupuncturist, Monica McGraw. So every Wednesday nights, Monday nights, Wednesday nights, Friday nights and Saturday nights, we have podcasts on, and you'll find that on Instagram. I believe they're also posted on Facebook at the same time. And yeah, you can give us a call, and we also have a Mind Body app you can download. It's a Healing Your Way app, and book an appointment straight through the app.
So I hope you all follow Healing Your Way and take a trip over there to Newtown. That's the office that's open right now until the other one in Levittown opens, which is going to be the big one, right? With all kinds
Yes.
of wonderful services. I just cannot wait. But follow Healing Your Way. Go see Meenal and Dr. Dan. And Meenal, I really appreciate you coming on. We're going to have you back very
Thank you.
soon.
For sure. I'd love it.
There's so many things to talk about, and we're just touching on, just a little
One
bit of
small
it.
thing.
But,
Thank
but thank
you.
you. And yeah, I'll be talking to you soon. And everyone,
Mhm.
I hope you have a wonderful week. And Christmas is coming soon. I hope everybody's ready.
Yes.
I will be back on next Wednesday at 7 p.m. with another amazing guest. So stay tuned. And if you want to listen back to this, it's going to be on YouTube. So follow our YouTube channel and learn something from Healing Your Way today, right, Meenal?
That's right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Okay, I will talk to you
Okay.
soon. Bye,
Uh-huh.
everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for
Bye.
listening.
Good night.
Bye. Okay.